Hi guys, and welcome to the last video of this series. We have finally come to the end of the concepts that I chose to take up to introduce you guys to the basics of Python. I really hope you've enjoyed. I really hope you've learned something. I really hope your Python skills are at a notch higher. Yeah, I really hope you're as happy and as excited as I am to close this series, which means a project is coming up right after this video. I'm very excited about that. So we're going to cover data analysis. Yeah, we will get into the data science bit. So we're going to cover like loading data onto your environment, which in our case will be a Google Colab, reviewing the data, getting to understand what exactly is in this data, identifying missing values, duplicates, and whatnot, cleaning the data, doing some exploration and visualization. So yes, that's what we're going to cover in the video. So yeah, guys, subscribe so that when the project is up, you will be aware that the project is up. As in, you guys, I'm so excited. But anyway, let's get into the video. Today we're going to be talking about Python Lambda. So for those who've already watched the video that came before this, so this was Python functions. I told you guys that there are three types of functions. So there's the inbuilt functions, user-defined functions, and anonymous functions, which is Lambda. And Lambda is actually not so different from user-defined functions. And you remember how in the previous video on functions generally, I told you for me, functions are like a container. They help make my work easier. They help make my work more readable, easy to edit. In case there's a bug, you can quickly change one place and pop everywhere else you are reusing that function is corrected. So a Lambda condenses your function even more. So I'm going to just use three examples and I'm going to keep them very simple because honestly, as I mentioned, loops and functions are the two things that really took me a while to get a hang of, and Lambda was even more confusing. Like for the longest time, I never used to use Lambdas. I just used to use like the normal functions. And yeah, honestly, it's just recently, like a couple of months ago, let me just say this year is when I really got the hang of Lambdas, but I'm still not using them as much. So yeah, looking forward to doing a project and getting to use them and seeing, how they'll be useful to me, how powerful they are, because I'm sure they are very powerful. But anyway, let me stop talking. Let's get into the video. So for those who already watched the functions video, you're familiar with this. So I'll just briefly explain what's going on here. So we're creating a user-defined function using the keyword def. So our function is called %n, and it takes in two variables, n and d. And when you input your actual n and d, because n and d are just placeholders at this time, you're going to get n divided by d multiplied by 100. So if we do %n, let's say we have 20 apples out of a basket of 220 fruits. It's %n. So that means your apples are 9.09% of the basket of fruits. So how can we use Lambda to recreate this? See how Lambda is going to condense this function even more. So we're going to call it %_2 is equals to Lambda. So again, we need to, okay, we can still use n and d. Then what we want to happen to n and d? We still want the same thing, n divided by d multiplied by 100. So let's create that function. Let's call it. So let's do the same thing. So now if %2, we have 20 apples in a basket of 220. There you go. So same thing. You see how Lambda, it's just one line. Lambda condenses your function even more. So it's doing exactly what is happening here, but it's just even more condensed. So yeah, let's do another example. So here we're going to raise to the power of 2. So we're going to have, let's just call it power_2 is equals to lambda. So we're just going to call it n, and every time you put n, you want n to the power of 2. So we've created our function. So when we're calling power 2, let's say n is equals to 100, let's call it, there you go, that's 10,000. So if it's power underscore 2, and this time n is equals to 3 to the power of 2 is 9. So yeah, all it's doing is whatever n now is 100, so it will be 100 to the power of 2. When n is 3, whatever you want to raise to the power of 2, it's 3 to the power of 2. See how it really condenses your work, like pop, one line, done. Not too, you know, it's not too long. Like this example is even better compared to this. Look at what you have. And if you are not using the function to start with, it would even be a very long, it would be a longer process, and I'd say even, okay, not really tiresome, but you want to be as efficient as you can be. So, you know, utilize definitions, utilize functions, and utilize Lambda to make your code cleaner, more efficient, yourself faster, and whatnot. So yeah, I'm not going to go into giving you guys like how you'd do this without a function or without Lambda, because I've already done that in the Python functions video. So feel free to go check that out. I illustrate how you do it, quote unquote, manually over how you do it to the function. So you can check out that video. So yeah, this one is a very short one. Let's do the last one. So this one we're going to have two variables on this one. So multi is equals to lambda. So let's have this as C, yeah? So we can do C and X. So every time you have two pairs of parameters, you want to do C multiplied by X. We've created a function. So multi, you have to put in your two pairs, so 2 times 3, 6. So every time functions, lambdas are very good to store something that you know you're going to use recurrently. Yeah. So instead of having to do 2 times 3 all the time, 2 times 3 all the time, you just store the activity in your function and you call it anytime. So in the process of your analysis, the process of your project, maybe you want to do 100 times 800, you just call the function multi and pub. There you go. And that's it for this video. I really like how this series has ended on such a short note. And yeah, please feel free to go check out all those videos if you find them helpful. Like, subscribe, share with your fellow classmates who would benefit from this. And on the comment section, please let me know what more would you like to see. So I've already told you I'm working on a project which will be uploaded very soon. So stay tuned, stay subscribed. And yes, after this, the plan is to do some basic SQL, introduce you guys to SQL. And yeah, I'll see if I have the energy, the time, I can create a bunch of SQL tutorials and throw in some Python projects as we continue with our SQL journey, or I might do a project or two in Python first, then we do our several SQL uh, tutorials, then start on SQL projects. I can't wait. Like, I just wonder why didn't I start this earlier? But I don't regret anything. But I'm just like, I'm really finding this so fun, so enjoyable, an opportunity for me to learn, an opportunity for me to share my skills. And yeah, get to meet new people, learn from new people. This is how I do it. I don't know how you do it. I don't know how you, like, when you learn from here, you go do your additional research. Do you have something that you want to share with this community? Post it on the comments. Let us know how we can be better coders, better data analysts, better data scientists. How can we become more efficient? Otherwise, guys, yeah, it was really nice having you guys on this series. So yeah, see you on the next one. But yeah, just before I go, thank you. Thank you. Like, this has been so much fun. And I really like the energy I'm receiving in terms of people who actually watch these videos to the end, people who actually like these videos. Thank you. Anyway, that's it, guys. Bye.